Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shughar and this is Shughars Realm. Today's video is a very exciting one, as you can see. I'm excited. So on the 31st of January 2020, I got into Canada, Ottawa, Canada, and I've been here for the last 1 year. So this video is just story time to tell you about my journey before I eventually got to Canada. It's a pretty long video, but you want to watch the end because I think it's worth it, especially if you're someone that you've been on this journey for a while, or you're just about to start and you're discouraged, or any of all those things. Just keep watching. I got you. Okay. So it's just water I'm drinking, guys. Don't mind me. I'm just drinking water. But I'm showing you my mug because I got it today. I went out and this was the first thing I saw in the store. And it just caught my attention because it has Canada written all over it. And some slogans of Canada and some things that they say here. So basically, I just felt like, oh, perfect mug. I really love it. I'm going to keep it in my office to drink my tea whenever I get around to drinking tea here. So, my story. So my Canadian sojourn started in 2017, seriously. So Tank and I had been dating and he's been here from the beginning. And I always wondered why I want to leave Nigeria. I mean, I had two businesses, I had my family, my friends, everything was good. I'm one of the people that believed that Nigeria could be better. I always used to say I never wanted to relocate. I want to travel and come back home. I love the weather because I don't like cold. Like AC and I in Nigeria, we're like this. Cold and I are not friends. So Canada was not even seeming like an option to me. But after a while, it became clear that I had to be the one to come here because it was only sensible that I came here. And like, I don't know, at the point I was even thinking that Ashitanka, come back home now, you will get a job, your qualification will be fine here. Thank God he didn't listen to that my stupid talk, because that was just me being stupidly silly. That's all I can say. Anyway, actual journey started in October 2017. That's when I submitted my first application. It was great. Like my IELTS band 9, everything was good. Like, you know, I was very hopeful, and that was when the express entry scores were really low. So I was really hopeful, and then I stayed waiting 3 months, 6 months. I waited from 2017, and then eventually they told me I was going to need an interview in 2018 December, or it was November or December. I think I got that email saying that I needed to go to Ghana for an interview, and they would let me know when they set the date. Brethren, I started waiting for them to set dates. It was definitely before December, because I waited for maybe almost 4 months, if not more, before they eventually set my interview dates. And then I got to Ghana and I did the interview, and there's no nice way to put it, but the person that did my interview was just stupid. That's all I can say, because she came and said, oh, how is she supposed to believe that I actually worked in where I was working? And I'm like, there are letters here now, you can even call them. Maybe there's letter, they call them, confirm. I don't know which one. She just felt like I was too small to be a business manager. That was her problem. She was like, she doesn't believe. And I'm like, is it because I'm tiny? Of course, now I've added weight. I was really skinny then. As a matter of fact, I have a video of when I was in Ghana. I'll link that video here and you guys can see the difference. So anyway, after the interview, she told me that she did not believe that I worked there. So I just thought she was going to just probably maybe confirm or something, because I had to submit everything, you know. The problem with that was I had stopped working at that time, right? I had stopped doing my actual 9 to 5. I was doing just my businesses. So I think it was harder for her to confirm, right? Which I understood, but I felt like if she really wanted to confirm, there were ways to go about it. I mean, I submitted my bank statement. You can see the salary entering into it. So anyways, long and short of the story was she told me there and then that she doesn't think she made me realize that she was going to reject it. So I was very upset. I remember it was February 12th, I think. I think that was February 12th and 2019. I was livid. Funny thing is, I went back to my apartment where I was staying in Ghana, cried my life out. Like literally, I cried my eyes out. Everybody was like, "Oh, just calm down. It's not that deep. Calm down. We'll try something else." Blah blah blah. Anyways, I was very upset. I even did a video. The video I'm going to link here is going to show you guys when I went out to see somewhere Jamestown. My eyes were so puffy. Like there's a comment that Aniela Obijako actually put, and so why are you looking like you were so unhappy or something like that. Like that day, I was so sad. I don't even know how I did that video and how I went out, and I was just a mess really. But well, we decided that okay, we're just going to get married. Since Tanka was already here, we'll just get married and then he can just apply for me to come over to Canada. I was upset because if I wanted to do that, I would have done it since. I never wanted to use the whole getting married first then moving route. No, I never wanted to do that. Seeing as we had been in a distant relationship for as at then it was like what, 4 years, and I was like, we hadn't really stayed together to know each other. I'm not even sure if we want to do this whole married thing. I didn't want to get married without staying together, or at least staying in close proximity for a while. But of course, then at that point it didn't even make any sense for me to continue, because I mean, we knew we were going to get married anyways. So in less than 2 weeks, literally, Tanka bought his tickets, Tanka came home, we got married. Like everything happened in 2 weeks, literally, like actual 2 weeks. So it wasn't a big wedding or anything. It was just, we just went to the courts, did all of that, and then I applied, and then we sent the documents out. And then after sending the documents out, like 2 months after, when we're thinking that the first started the process, Taka came back home that day from work. As a matter of fact, I was talking to him because I used to always talk to him when he was on his way back home from work, driving to work and driving back. I used to always talk to him. So I was talking to him and I just hear shit. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? What happened? Like, what's the problem? And he's like, they returned my application. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, they returned my application. They said I did not sign in one place. So they returned the whole thing, because when you're doing spousal, it's a paper application, it's not online. I wanted to die. And the place that they said I did not sign is something that they could have just sent an email and I could have just signed it, scanned it back to them, and everybody would be fine. But no, they had to return everything. See, we didn't even tell our parents because we knew that they were going to freak out. I just told him, it's fine, calm down, I'll sign it, send it to you tomorrow, and then you will send it to them. And that's what he did. So I was already giving up. I'm like, see, this thing, I don't tire. It is well, it is what it is. So, but there was something I told myself and I was praying about. I told my mom, this is my prayer point, let's pray about this. I pray that by December 31st, 2019, I wanted to have gotten my PR. Like, that was my prayer. I wanted to be in Canada, was what I even said. I wanted to be in Canada by December 31st, 2019. And we continued praying. It didn't even seem like it was feasible again, because at the time they returned the documents, it was already in August or September, I think. I can't remember. And we know that spousal usually takes 6 months. Like 6 months is the least I've seen before all of this. So 6 months, 1 year is how long it usually takes. So I already told myself that this prayer and prayer, it has to be a miracle. But I just told myself that, see, God will do this, that just calm down, baby, to God will do this. Oh, by the way, we requested for my GCNS notes. We requested for something. Anyways, I can't remember the name. To see what happened in the first application actually. And then the very annoying woman actually tried to file for me to get misrepresentation. When I saw that thing, I was like, wait, what? For what? I really did not even lie about this thing. And then luckily for me, she had put like misrepresentation. The funny thing is that she was one that told me to go and get married. So she was like, oh, your boyfriend is in Canada. Why haven't you guys gotten married and everything? And I'm like, because I'm not ready to get married. Just calm down and see, do the one they send you. So she was like, oh, she thinks that she just go and get married and have him file for me. So she was one that even gave me that option actually. So when I saw misrepresentation, I'm like, I don't get it. Why? And then luckily for me, somebody else looked at the application, and then the person cancelled that misrepresentation, because the person had reached out to my bank. It was GT Bank, reached out to GT Bank, and they confirmed that the statements I presented, I showed my salary and all of those things were confirmed. So that's why they cancelled that misrepresentation. That's how the woman would have just given me misrepresentation for no reason. Like, I was so upset. That Ghana office is very horrible, very, very horrible. Like, that's a story for another day. They need to go and check them in the office. They're all sadists there. Anyways, so in November, I got an email saying, basically just telling me, oh, I should start applying for jobs in Canada and stuff like that. I can start applying for jobs in Canada, and they will send me links. They hooked me up with someone, I think her name was Fiona or Daisy, I can't even remember. They hooked me up with her that she'll be calling me to talk about my employment opportunities and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're talking about this one, that means this thing is closed, right? But I still hadn't done my medicals or anything like that. So I was like, oh well, let's just be waiting. And then I went to church on November what now? The last Sunday of November, actually. So I think November 30th. I think November 30th. And then the pastor just prayed and said, we should come outside and just ask for something that we know that we really want. And then I didn't even want to go out. I remember I went to church with my cousin and his wife. I didn't even want to go out. They also prayed for people that got married that year, and felt like the prayer was, if we were separated from our spouse and wanted to, basically something that kind of related to Bisha. My cousin and I just told me, go forward. And then times even go and dance. Asha say, okay, Asha me yawo true, let me go and dance. And then I went, I just danced and prayed and told God that, see, I have for December 31 days remain, you know, like this our agreement is almost here. And then I went home. The next day was a Monday. I remember I was in Tanka's dad's office. I was just sitting down there and we were gisting, and I just got an email. I looked at my phone and I'm like, daddy. She said I should go and do my medicals, that kind of thing. And I was like, are you serious? Oh yeah, book is quick. Let's hurry up. This one, where are you going to do the medicals? So I was checking like for the places to do medicals and stuff like that. And then I got another email and I'm like, daddy, they've given me my PR. Like, this was within 5 minutes. Like, the way I screamed the first time, Chedu's mom was running upstairs to come and say, what's happening? By the time she got upstairs, I was jumping like a mad person. Like, I was jumping, I was crying, I was laughing, I was almost running mad. I'm like, how? Like, first I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't even looked at the email properly for the medicals to even book the medicals, and then they told me I already had my PR and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not how it works. Usually you're supposed to go and do your medicals, then after you do your medicals, you submit it, then they will give you a PR. Or if they want to give you a PR first, they give you a PR first and ask you to do medicals after. No, they don't do that. They actually give you have to do your medicals before they give you a PR, actually. So I was like, wait, what's in how many minutes? This was the 1st of December or 2nd of December. Can't remember. That 1st or 2nd of December. And then and I was supposed to travel to Cape Verde in 2019. So I already bought my tickets. I was leaving. I traveled to, like, I had a couple, maybe like 1 week or so before I traveled. And I'm like, everybody's like, oh no, you have to cancel that. You're going to Canada. And I'm like, what? I bought my ticket with my money. I paid for everything with my money. I'm not going to allow all of that money go to waste like that. That I'm going to Cape Verde. That when I come back, and then I'll go to Canada. So everybody's bother was, oh, you had to send your passport, and of course I had to travel to Cape Verde by passport. So I'm like, I told them, just calm down. I will go to Cape Verde. When I come back, I'll submit my passport, and then they can stamp it and all those things. Everybody was bothered about that because it was almost Christmas, and then the office was supposed to close. And then what happened? There was something else that was going wrong then, and that's why everybody was bothered about it, actually. I told them, don't worry, calm down, I'm going to this my Cape Verde. And then of course, to Nigeria, this one, you want to travel now, don't go anywhere, don't do this, don't do that. I just told everybody, see, calm down, I'm going to my Cape Verde. When I come back, I will complete this thing. Maybe I've been looking for it since 2017. It has taken me 2 years. God has given it to me now, and I will get it. Oh, by the way, my application actually took 4 months. It didn't even take up to 6 months. It took 4 months, literally. Another miracle, by the way. So I traveled to Cape Verde, came back. In fact, I came back from Cape Verde today. The next morning, I barely even slept. The next morning, I got to go and drop my passports in the office in Lekki. That's when it now dawned on me that, wait, so this thing has really happened, yo. So all of this was before December 31st. So I submitted the passport and I told myself that it's possible that I can get this passport. Now, these people, if they want to be nice, they can stamp my passport and send it back to me, and I'll get it before December 31st, and I can still make that trip. And that is when Ghana decided to be unfortunate again. They didn't agree to sign my passport. I was like, these people, what is all this now? I allowed this my December 31st dream to come true. Anyway, waited, and I didn't get my passport. I kept going to go and check what's up, what's happening, you guys, how far this thing. They'll tell me come tomorrow, come next tomorrow, come tomorrow. And I was sick. Like, I came out from Cape Verde and felt sick, so that's another issue. Anyway, in January, I just woke up one day and told myself that, see, this passport is in that office today. I don't know what they're going to do, but they will bring another my passport today. I carried myself and got there, and they said, oh no, your number has not gotten here, they've not sent it back to us, yada yada yada. I just told the guy, I'm like, see, I came here last week and he told me to come today. Like, what's happening? The guy was giving me plenty excuse. Another of his colleague now came and said, actually, see, we just received plenty passports today. Like, actually, I could see there were bags of passports on the floor and envelopes, not passport envelopes. So he was like, it's possible that yours is one of these, but we've not even sorted it, so you have to come back again. And I'm like, guy, I'm coming from Bagada. I'm using Uber. Do you know how much I've spent coming to come and collect this passport? Like, it's taking forever. This was already in January. And then the guy just looked at me. I think he had seen me one or two of the other times I had come. So he was like, okay, fine. I should give him my number. And then he checked through, and then he actually saw my envelope and gave it to me and said, oh, congratulations, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, thank you, boo. Thank you very much. And that's how I went home and booked my ticket for 2 weeks after that. Less than 2 weeks, actually. I booked my ticket for a week. In fact, I wanted a week. Unfortunately, I didn't get the timing had to be right because of Tanker's work. So I wanted to book something that by the time I'm getting to Canada, he would have closed from work and he really just come and pick me from the airport. So that's what I did. I booked for a Friday, and Thursday night, actually, because I got here Friday night. Okay, so Thursday night, and then I started preparing for my journey, carried my things, and on the day of the trip, got to the airport, cried, Nigerian, oh my, and that was when Corona, oh my goodness, that's when Corona just started. So that's another problem, because Tanker's parents were like, oh, I should just calm down, don't go yet, Corona, just wait until after. I'm like, you say? Wait for what? I'm going, that there's no Corona anything. That will be fine, that nothing is happening. It's better for me to even go now before things will start shutting down and stuff, as if I just knew. By the time I got to, because my layover was in Germany. By the time I got to the airport, it's only those of us that came from Nigeria that were not wearing masks. Every other person was wearing masks. We're not looking like odd people. What's my own? Ashakukuma could not even be bothered because we got there really early in the morning. So I took like a cat nap and stuff. And there's another Nigerian girl I met on the plane who was pretty clueless. So I was helping her with things. I was feeling like Jagaban because, see, I've been coming to Canada for like 4 years before I eventually came here, because I was always talking to Tanker. I literally knew everything he was doing and everywhere he was going. So I was actually good. And then plus I had also made other trips before, so I was fine. Anyways, I eventually got to Toronto. And those people, oh my God. Just a quick tip: if you're going to land in Toronto, make sure you give if you have a connecting flight, make sure that you give yourself like 2 hours so that you're sure that at least you will meet that connecting flight. My connecting flight was about 1 hour 15 minutes or so from when I landed. That's how we stood on queue and waited for these people to answer us. They're all behind their workstations and they could not just be bothered. The queue was not moving, nobody was doing anything. I'm like, you guys, help us now. We sure could not even be angry, because actually it's us that have come to Canada. We're looking for greener pastures before I will go and talk too much and they will throw me back into the plane to go back to my Nigeria. Anyways, they eventually decided to answer me after I missed my flights. And I went to Air Canada and told them that, oh, so I missed my flight. You guys were crawling, at least the immigration people were crawling, so I missed my flight. I need to get on the next flight to Ottawa. And then the woman goes that there is no flights. I'm like, wait, what now? She's like, there's no flights. So I'm like, you have to find that flight too, because if it's not the next one, it's the next 2 ones. I'm leaving this Toronto today. And then my parents-in-laws are the sweetest, like they're the absolute sweetest. I got to Canada around it was like 5:30. That was 10:30 Nigerian time. 10 or 11:30 actually. Yes, so 6 hours, 11:30 Nigerian time. They waited for me to get to Canada before they even thought about sleeping. Then when they realized that I was stranded in Toronto because I could not get to um Ottawa, finish my immigration thing on time, they were awake with me. I know they slept around like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. that day. When they were shot, I got to their son's house and I was fine. Like nothing was wrong with me. Those people are amazing. I will talk about that some other time. My in-laws, top notch. I can't even lie. Each and every one of them amazing people. Anyway, so I eventually got to Canada, and so while I was in Toronto trying to find myself a new flight to get to Ottawa, Tanka was on his way back from work. So the office is very close to the airport, so he was supposed to just pick me up from the office, just go to the airport. But since my flight was delayed and I did not know when the next one was, he decided to go home and just chill. So I was in the airport trying to look for my bags, trying to settle everything. The guy that was even checking me in, I had like a deck of Cards Against Humanity. The guy took his sweet time to go through each and every one of those cards, because he said that the name is Cards Against Humanity. It was just weird. It was really annoying anyways, but of course I was humble because what to do. Anyways, by the time I finished checking everything, looking for whatever, the woman at the Air Canada just told me to go up to where they normally, what's that thing called? Should I go up somewhere, their lounge or something? I should just go and wait that someone might cancel, and then when someone cancels, I'll be the next person on the line to go. I say, auntie, even if for me to stand in this aeroplane, I should be 30 minutes, I'll be 1 hour. 30 minutes, I will stand till I reach Ottawa. But this night like this, I am going to Ottawa by hook or crook. So that's how I got there when I stood there. Truly, the next flight, or the next 2 flights I can't remember. That was the last, I know that was the last one for the night. Anyways, they just called me and said, oh, somebody has cancelled, that I can take the person's seat. Ha! The joy in my heart. That's how I entered aeroplane, and I came to Ottawa, and I got here. I was so pissed because all this time I was in Toronto trying to find my way to get to Ottawa. My darling husband was sleeping. I was calling this man to say, okay, I should have gotten new flight, so I'm coming to airport. You be call me or be ready or something. No, this guy did not answer me. I sent messages. I was so upset. Because I'm like, I know how you are when you're going. I know how I am when you're coming to Nigeria. I'm all excited. I'm waiting for you to come, and then you're sleeping when I'm stranded. Hey, God. Jesus. It wasn't funny, guys. It really wasn't funny. But, anyways, eventually got to the airport. And I even told myself, when I'm coming down the escalator, do a video. I want to see myself. This man forgot. He saw me and he was just there smiling. I'm like, where's my video? Anyway, as soon as I saw him, I think all the anger just disappeared because I was so happy. It was my flight was like 22 hours, so I was tired. Very tired. So I eventually went to go and collect my boxes. My box no come. And I'm like, you guys, come on. Anyway, they told me to just fill my details and they'll come and drop it in the house tomorrow. That's the next day. And I'm like, oh, okay. That works. That's fine. I just carried myself in my hand luggage and entered the car. As soon as I came out of the airport, ladies and gentlemen, the cold. The cold was not even funny. Like, trust me. Like, my face was frozen. Literally, my body was good because I already bought my winter jackets. If you guys want me to hook you up with buying winter stuff before you get to Canada, of course, send me a message, send me a DM. I help people do that too. So get your winter jackets, coats, and all of those shoes, whatever it is that you need anyways. So I was fine. Like, my jacket was good. My legs were freezing because jeans. Like, the only place that was not cold was my jackets area. Every other place I was freezing. Me, I was just there blowing smoke into the air and doing so that the smoke will be there. Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. And yeah, that really was how it was. And I go home to the sweetest surprise. So it was just sweets, and I'm like, okay, I forgive this one. And then the next day, I went to go and eat breakfast at a restaurant called Cora because I'd heard so much about it and I was waiting to go there. I had to go there again today because it's 1 year. It just made sense for me to go to Korea. And Chinedu was like, let's go to Korea. And I'm like, oh, it's true. We should go 1 year after. And I went to Korea today. So we got breakfast from Korea as well. Just maybe that's a tradition I'll be doing actually. And it was really cool. It was really cool. It's been an amazing 1 year. That was my story of how I got here. Now I think I'm going to do another video talking about how actually I'm going to do a couple of videos. I think for the next 1 month I'm going to do most of the videos I'll do 2 months. Most of the videos will be about how to settle in Canada. I currently live in Ottawa. I'm currently working 9 to 5. I work from the office 9 to 5 because essential services. And then I'm going to do videos to try and give back. So basically, if you have any questions about Canada, anything you want to know, you can send me a DM, send me an email, chat, connect with me one way or the other and ask your questions. I'll get as many questions as possible and then answer them. Actually, I won't answer them. I'm going to have an immigration consultant answer them on my channel. I'm going to have a regulated immigration consultant, not any boo-boo or somebody, someone actually registered and approved by the Canadian government to answer these questions. So if you have questions, totally send me a message somewhere. I'll see them and ask these questions. I'm as well going to talk about tips on how to get a job, how to know where to settle, try and answer a few myths or misconceptions that people have about living in Canada. Basically, I'm going to just try to make your life as simple as possible when settling down in Canada. So once again, happy, what do I call it? Canada-versary to myself. And thank you for watching this video. It's a long video. Thank you for staying to the end. I hope that you learned something from this video, that in the end, delay is not denial. If I probably come here earlier than I did, I probably won't be where I am today. So I'm very grateful for the process. I've learned to trust the process, and I know that God always does things when he knows that it is the best time. I'm a full testimony of that. So if you're believing, keep believing. It will definitely happen someday. I know that for sure. People thought that it won't work again, but here I am, freezing but loving it. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like I said, send questions and share to your friends who might have questions, to send them to me, and then I'll answer these questions in another video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell button to get notified, drop a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so it's so cold. Oh my god, I could not even wait for me to even see this one. See snow on my face. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay. Warm. Whew.